Good morning, dear student. Today we are going to start our new lesson. Work brings solace by APJ Abdul Kalam. So, work brings solace. Work, whatever work we generally do in our life, though it may be manual work or though it may be the reading or study or whatever it may be, whatever work we generally perform brings means that lead a particular thing towards us. Solace means a feeling of emotional comfort when one is sad or disappointed. So, according to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the main source of solace, main source of peace of mind, main source of emotional comfort is only work. That we should engage ourselves in work if we want to get the real solace, the real peace of mind, the real comfort, emotional comfort when we feel disappointed and when we feel some anxious. At that time it is only work that can bring us a solace. That is, work brings solace. So Dr. APJ Kalam has given the so many instances here that from that instances we can get the ideas about their work culture, about their work ethics, about their the way of absorbing, the way of dedication towards their work culture particularly. So from this lesson we are going to learn the various ethics, how we have to surrender ourselves, how we have to devote ourselves to the work, whatever work at present we are doing, whatever works that at present we have at our hands. As you are student, you have to study lot. As I am teacher, I have to prepare lessons for you, write some research paper, have to be updated. That is the work. Each and every human being, I think, each and every creature in this whole universe has to perform any type of work. And if we are enthusiastically prepared to devote ourselves, we are so prepared to engage ourselves in that work, definitely that work, whatever work you are doing, performing, whatever work you have at your hand, definitely that work will give you the real solace, a real peace of mind, the real comfort, emotional comfort in your life. So let us start this particular lesson written by APJ Abdul Kalam. He has just given us the glimpses of his personal life, and we know very well Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. His whole life is like a lesson that we can learn lot from his lifestyle, from his life goals, from his the way of looking at life, from his the way of looking at work. Each and everything he has just taught us, and he just, while we observe his life, while we just read his autobiography, you will get a lot of ideas about his work, workaholic nature, his personality. Each and every aspect of his life gives us some lessons, and his whole life is like a lesson book, we can say, and we have to learn lot from his life. So let us begin the particular prose, Work Brings Solace, written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam was born in 1931 and was died in 2015. Was 11th president of India, serving his term between the year 2002 and 2007. You know very well, he was the people's president, and really he deserved that place, and also maintained the status of this particular post, we can say. And really, I feel personally that he was the real president and was to be called the real president of India. He was also the renowned aerospace engineer and was known as the people's president. You know, his rocketry, his missile, his the study of missile, and all that we know very much. At the same time, as far as his social life is concerned, political life is concerned, he was known as the people's president. Means he was for the people. He just devoted his whole life for the serving of the human being. We never there is nobody in this whole universe that can blame on his of anything. He was so pure soul, and that's why whenever we peep in the life of Abdul Kalam, we just affirm, we just assert, we just exclaim only one word: he was for the nation, he was for the people, he was for the universe, we can say. He was known as the people's president. He is also popularly known as the missile man of India for his significant contribution to launching a missile project in India, and he was the only person under his guidance, because of his that much attempt, that much we can say devotion, that we can produce a lot of missiles in India, and that's why he was called the missile man of India for his significant contribution to launching a missile project in India. He is considered a progressive mentor. Mentor, you know very well, who just only under his presence, only because of his presence, someone feels like सॉरी सर, थोड्या वेळानं फोन करतो. व्हिडिओ बनवता थोड्या वेळानं फोन करतो. So sorry dear student, that call was from my colleagues, and it is almost important to take call in such pandemic situation. Sorry for that disturbance. So we are discussing the life of Abdul Kalam, and he was, because of his dedication, because of his devotion, we could be called the citizen living in the nation which also could produce such type of missiles. He is considered a progressive mentor. Mentor means who generally guides someone, who generally consoles someone, who generally give the real advice to someone. That is called mentor. Inventor means who generally who generally invent something new. That is inventor. Discovery and invent. This is there is the difference between the discover and invent. Discover means the find out the something that is already exists in this universe. That is discovery. That is discovers. Discovers means find out something that already exists on this universe. That is discovery. And what is invent? Invent means to create something new by assembling the various things that we generally want. That is invention. So he was inventor and the visionary for India, and he has given the vision 2020, and that was, he was visionary. He just liked to see India the superpower in this whole universe. That was the vision that we are trying to complete. He has been conferred the numerous awards, including the Padma Bhushan and Bharat Ratna. Despite his great achievements in the field of science, he is known for his simplicity and humility. That is the most important features, the most important habits that the great person have. That is the simplicity and humility. Simplicity means being so simple that And humility म्हणजे being so humble. Humility means being so humble that we generally, if we observe the behavior of the a child going to the convent, nursery school, or first standard, second standard, we generally observe such the capacities of curious nature of that particular child. We generally the same curious nature we can find in the life of Abdul Kalam at his the last phase also. He was so curious, trying to know each and everything. In the same way, he also that much having so much capabilities, having so much award at his hand, but he never lost his humility. He was so humble, he was so kind, he was so respectful to each and everything in this universe. So that is the most important features we can generally find in the character of Abdul Kalam. He brought in an air of informality. Informality, it is the most important thing. Informality means the lack of formality, means friendly atmosphere. That he brought that friendly atmosphere in his laboratory and believed in the team spirit. If you are the dictator and the some peoples are working under your hand and you are just giving the order them, and if you think that they should obey you, it doesn't mean that they would work from their heart. According to Abdul Kalam, informality was the most important thing. If they think that they belongs to that particular laboratory, they own that particular laboratory, they have the same right that Abdul Kalam himself has. In such cases, the team is built, and that team building, that team spirit generally work a lot. It means that's why he maintained the informality in his laboratory. He never tried to be dictator. He never tried to be the teacher of their colleagues. He always tried to be colleagues and with his fellow colleagues, and that the ambivalence, that the friendly nature in that laboratory could create such type of atmosphere that could create the team spirit, and that was the most important thing. He generally tried to explain with this particular piece of prose. He has also done the lot of work for polio affected children by introducing the lightweight calipers. Calipers, you know, that the support that we generally give to the disabled person. With the help of that support, they could walk, they can walk, and just they can be movable from one point to another. That is the polio affected people generally, you know, without limbs or affected limbs. So for that, he also invented the lightweight calipers, and that was the most remarkable work for the welfare of the polio affected children. His is the brilliant example of successful career achieved through the self-restraint. Self-restraint means to be controlled by oneself. There is nothing in outside world that can control ourselves. It is to be upon us in what way we have to control ourselves, in what way we have to restrain ourselves from following the useless things in this whole universe. If we are able to restrain ourselves, after that we are able to concentrate on any work. So that is the most brilliant features of any human being that we have to look from this lesson. About the story, about this particular extract. In the extract, Dr. Kalam describes his experience meeting Wernher von Braun, a famous German scientist who created missiles that devastated London during the World War II. Generally, the von Braun was considered the father of missile technology. He was father of rocket technology, and he was the only person in the World War II with the help of with his own created missile. He devastated, he destroyed the whole London with his missile, and that's why he is considered the father of missile. and that much great person was about to meet Abdul Kalam, and he was so excited at the time. And the talk they shared led to Kalam's appreciating the power of work, committing to flow and doing that which makes one happy, and that much great person, so great person Van Braun. And when they meet each other, and the conversation with them between them was so friendly that that Van Braun also so was receptible, so humble. And after meeting that Van Braun, that the great personality who was considered the father of rocket science of rocketry, and that the great person he was about to meet, and after meeting that Van Braun, when between their conversation, the Abdul Kalam learnt a thing that that great person how can be so humble and so simple and so receptive, and that is the real qualities of the great personalities he came to know in that meeting. The extract offers the insight on Kalam's work ethics, and we have to learn this lesson from the bottom of our heart, because we have to learn a lot from this lesson. The dear student, for this video it is enough, and I will send you the PDF of this whole lesson. You have to read, and after that you will be the more we can say compatible to understand this lesson properly. So thank you. You must read before we explain. Thank you.